Welcome to another episode of Super Smash Secrets. I'm your host today, DarkBlues, and we're going to be going over a couple of brawler characters. A little secret about me, I am a big fan of brawling. I love to choose characters. In the first year of my ultimate career, I was messing around trying to experiment with a lot of different archetypes of characters, and brawlers were the ones that really stuck with me, but I just couldn't choose somebody that I felt was right for me. And then I landed on a character like Incineroar. Incineroar is very interesting, I gotta say. Porting a Pokemon over like this, turning him into just a complete wrestler was what a cool little design. I mean, every time he attacks, he has a taunt. All his moves that do actually leave him taunting are actually pretty strong. You know, his jab's pretty good for what it does, you know. He has his forward smash, which at the very tip is one of the strongest forward smashes in the game. His up smash, great out of shield option. Anybody pressuring you want to hit with something strong, you know you can hit with something strong, absolutely do this one. This is, you know, you shielding, you just press up smash. You don't even have to jump or set jump or have up as jump, you know. The game will give you an up smash at any point in time that you're shielding. It's a native universal reversal. Native universal reversal. Incineroar is one of the slowest characters in the game, if not the slowest character in the game. His run speed is just bad. But, I mean, at least he can run, right? The very slow character, but really hits like a truck. His dash is very good. He has invincible reversal, his darkest lariat. At any point in time, I feel like your opponent's gonna try and approach you and try and scrap with you. This move is invincible. You cannot contest this move, but if you block it, that's a whole different story. You have free reign to do whatever you want to Incineroar if you catch him lacking. The next couple of moves that he has that are really strong, his poking tools, his down tilt, his forward tilt is pretty slow, but has a lot of pushback on block. Not as safe, but you can angle it low, and if you do this on an unsuspecting opponent at the ledge, that's just it. My goodness, that kills at 100. That is something. But overall, does 15 damage. Look at all that hit stun. That's a lot of hit stun. Oof. You know, it's like he's giving you the Mr. Smith. So up tilt. A great move for an anti-air. What I like to do with this move a lot of his moves I like to just kind of start backwards. The same with just kind of do running tilts. He's one of those kind of characters where you're very, you know, short hop heavy. This move, I'll go over this move in a second, but overall, a lot of his running is done or stopped by tilts, and it's kind of controlling the CQC space here. I mean, granted, you're not always going to try and get the same pokes that you want, but their moves are fast enough that you just kind of lay it out there and see how your opponent reacts. Are they going to come up to you after you whiff that move in their face and then try and do something to you? You know, you have the space to control wherever you want. So, like, I placed my down tilt here, and I dashed back, and if my opponent was trying to come at me, they're going to get hit by the tip of this. And we already went over what happened when you get hit by that. And oh, that's a sour spot, but still. What around here? Yeah, look at that, pretty far. Around like 30%, if you break a shield, it's gone. Oh yeah, I didn't even go over the Darkest Lariat's best feature. It can break shields, and you can't parry it sometimes. It's really hard. When we get into aerials, I think Incineroar might have some of the best in the game. So when it comes to landing aerials, Incineroar has a great get off me tool. Very active. His body press. This move, his up air, hits very low to the ground. You can start up combos like that. Most of his landing up air is really safe. This is pretty uncontestable. It's one of his main juggle tools too. If I throw him up, I could just keep rinse and repeat this. and it'll honestly, they'll have to adjust to it. And if they can't, then they're just gonna keep eating it till 100%. And that's dangerous for anybody who's against Incineroar. When it comes to some pretty cool special moves that I like to use, we got the Alolan Whip, which is an exclusive move to Smash for Incineroar, specifically for Incineroar, and I'm glad that they gave him this move. So there's 3 things you could do. You hold the button or you press it a little too late, it'll throw them upwards, which is great for if you catch opponents up by the blast zone at the top. That will definitely seal the deal, especially at some higher percents. But generally, you want to time it. So there's a timing to it. That's when you get this clothesline, that will be the definitive, I just landed a kill confirm. If you don't land anything, that happens. And that's, honestly, you don't want that happening as much, but let's say the opponent's out in the blast zone, they don't have their jump back, or you just kind of steal their airspeed away from them by grabbing them. You can just do this, just leave them be. And say, bye, I'm going back up stage, I'll see you at the next stock. Down tilt into any aerial of your choosing. Back air, very general, just stock closer. Forward air is a great keep out tool. Goes really far. The tipper of it is pretty much safe. And when you hit with the sour spot of it, you can kind of set up into another scenario, but generally always want to hit with the sweet spot of this move. It's very good. Down air used to actually be really bad, but now it got buffed. It's actually really good at closing stocks off stage. But more often than not, you're probably going to be finding yourself using neutral air or a B. So let's go over these special moves real quick. So you have your Darkest Lariat, which we already went over. Invincible, pretty good on shield, great for a bait move. Second one, the Alolan Whip, has 3 different options that you can do out of it. The kill confirm one is the one that you generally want to go for. And you got, okay, so then we got Cross Chop. So this move is pretty, it's a little fast, but the trick for this move is that it has armor in the very beginning, and you can angle it in 3 different ways. So you can angle it, so it's a regular angle. Then we got the inner angle, and then we got the outer angle. And so this is mostly used for recovery or get off me tool. But if you use it off stage, that, no matter what character it is, that character is most likely not coming back. That's one of the strongest spikes in the game. And yeah, Incineroar has 2 spikes. That's awesome, isn't it? The last move that we're gonna go over, the special move that I wanna really emphasize, is Revenge. Now this move, it stacks. So now that we have Revenge, let me explain how Revenge works. So if I grab Wolf right now, or I hit Wolf with any of my regular moves, he is going to take a massive amount of damage that's scaled with my actual, whatever damage that he threw at me. So if I use the Alolan Whip, oh, and I messed it up, never mind. So if I use the Alolan Whip, it'll do like, what, how about, it did 43? So if you set Wolf to smash attack me again, and I get the right, you also get this little special animation. That's pretty cool. That generally will close out a stock at 20. The same with his F smash. So we'll do a Revenge forward smash here as well, just to show off what happens. Ooh. I'll take that one. One more time. All right, let's get him back in here. If I charge this up, actually, let me not charge this up. Let's just throw this out. 74. Now, if he was at like 40, 50%, that stock is gone. All of his smash attacks get immensely improved. This is a great move to use if a lot of players like to use crouching moves against you. And just to highlight how Revenge works, Incineroar can buff himself with any projectile, any move, but if you grab him, it's gone. If he uses it against you, it's gone. If you do 35% specifically to Incineroar in any way, shape, or form, it's gone. If he throws you, it's gone. To basically sum up Incineroar, Very fast bruiser character. Has a lot of cool confirms. Mostly into down tilt, into having fun. Great edge guarding tools. Armor on his up B, so at any point in time, you can use this as a scramble tool. If somebody's coming up, you just pull them up and just do this. But let's go over a little secret. Here's a cool little secret I like to do with Incineroar. It's really tough, but if you get it down. So this move, this nair, will combo into a forward smash. If you catch the weak hit at around like 50 to 70%, always combo in the sweet spot F smash. That's just a nice little kill confirm to know. Let's go to our next character. Let's go to a character who tweaks up their numbers a little bit. Terry Bogard. Terry is from the Fatal Fury series. SNK made these fighting games way back in the day. These arcade fighting games that just kind of set the pace for how modern fighting games are played now. And Street Fighter and KOF or King of Fighters and Fatal Fury all had these. I don't know. It was just kind of like a magic to them. They were so flashy, having all these cool technical inputs to get the edge on your opponent and really dish out some real heavy damage. Now, Terry's a very combo-intensive character. A lot of the character's moves are special cancelable, and we'll get into that in a quick second. But in comparison to Incineroar, he's still the same type of brawler energy that you would want in a character, but he has the speed. He also has a projectile. He has a comeback mechanic that's a little bit more consistent than Incineroar's, and he has more special moves. And hey, I'll take more special moves. Well, who wouldn't? Special cancel. What the hell am I saying? What are you DarkBlues? What are you talking about? What is a special cancel? So, generally in any fighting game that you play, all these are your normal moves, right? All these moves, your F tilt, your up tilt, down your down tilt, your jab. If you're playing a traditional fighting game like King of Fighters or Fatal Fury, this is the kind of character that will have something that's special cancel. Like these characters heavily focus on making sure that you land your motion inputs. Now, when you're using a motion input, you're usually doing quarter circle forward A, quarter circle back A. You do your little the zigzag. Call it the Shoryu input. For this guy, it's power dunk. And then we have our charge move, or rising tackle. Now, charge moves, you charge the input by holding it down or holding it back for a little bit, and then pressing the opposite direction and the button as well. Let's take a look at the damage counter and see what differences there are. So you did 15 damage here. I'm gonna do the short version of that with the special. 16.8 and more knockback. So you can do all of these regular moves, but what changes is the damage and the knockback. Then this is the I guess the true input, as what we'd like to call it in the Smash community. The true input is the input that separates the weak special moves and the strong special moves. Terry has the ability to special cancel the weak moves as well, but generally you want to cancel it with the strong moves because you really want to dish out that damage. Now, when it's time for Terry to get serious, we got something called Go. Now we got access to 2 new super moves. Number 1, this is oh man, I'm gonna have to spell this one out for you. So this is Power Geyser. Power Geyser, look how big that move is, man. It's unsafe if you block it, but this is mostly a move to catch people out in the air. You see anybody throw this move out, sometimes you get hit by it, you get shook. You took how much damage? How much damage did he take? 32? Jeez, man. And then we got Buster Wolf. Now these moves are usually, you confirm into them. Most of the time. This one you just can kind of throw out. And it does have a confirm as well. You can confirm it off of an up tilt. So let's first go over Power Geyser. This is a pretty complex input. Power Geyser is done by, so the shortcut I like to do here, generally it's down, down, back, back, to down, back, to forward. But that's too complex. In this game, you can shortcut it by going down, back, forward. If you do down, back, forward in succession, you always get a Power Geyser. So always, if you out of a run, you do a run, down, back, forward, down, back, forward, down, back, forward. All right, oh, down, back, forward, down, back, forward, down, back, forward. Now Buster Wolf, the same kind of thing. You accept you're doing 2 quarter circles forward. So 2 quarter circles forward on the controller. So would get you a Buster Wolf. This move, you can block it. If you do block it, it is very, very, very unsafe. Both those super moves have a little bit of armor, so they'll beat weak moves, and he just kind of does his thing. So if Wolf's shooting a laser at me right now, I would eat the laser and do the Power Geyser. This is a secret that's not only for just Smash, but fighting games in general. I'm going to teach you how to do some buffered shortcuts. Some moves that you can't, like forward air, back air, those moves you can't special cancel. Your smash attacks, sure, you can't special cancel these because these are technically heavy moves. But most of the time, like your F tilt, you can do forward tilt into power, into burn knuckle. Now, if you have go, forward tilt into Buster Wolf, that's true. You can do up tilt into, well, really, honestly, any special move, but these are the ones that you want to generally do. So the tip here, the trick is when you have an aerial like this, I'm going to hold this button down. I'm going to make a motion input, and I'm going to let go of the button, and let's see what happens. You saw that? So what I'm doing here is I'm buffering an input, so when I let go of it, it's something called a negative edge. So the hold input buffer in this game actually is very beneficial for anybody who plays a fighting game character. I do my input before the move actually hits, and then when it actually hits, I let go, and the input buffer that was stored will finally execute because of the special cancel mechanic that Terry has. I let go of the A button. I didn't press it again. You could kind of do this with any of his moves. You just gotta kind of get the feel for it. When you do that, things get a lot easier. Especially for moves you want to do like most of the time you're gonna be doing an aerial that can combo into something, and you're not gonna be able to react to it all the time. But look, it's not like he's doing the move randomly, you know, rogue. It'll only do the move when it connects with somebody. For the meantime, you wanna stick to learning your normals, learning your specials, learn what normals go into certain specials, try to see how much damage you can maximize out of it. Learning the little input shortcut today, the negative edge, the input buffering. These are all things that are standard fighting game 101. How to make your life easier playing a special cancelable character. I mean, that's Terry in a nutshell. Well, you know, let's show him off in a real match. I think that's where he really shines. I'm gonna show off a couple of neat tips and tricks on one of Incineroar's favorite stages, Town and City. Bowser in this game is considered one of the best heavy characters in the game. Incineroar likes to contest that thought a lot. I'm alive! Look at that! That's a little secret. Remember we were talking about cross chop being angled from time to time? This is one of those, I can angle this move, close out my opponent's stock, and come back. Yeah. And if you do it high enough, you can act out of it, do whatever you want. Because remember, this move does not put you in free fall. Oh! Oh my god, revenge at its finest. Anytime you see your opponents coming down, sometimes opponents like to come down with moves that are generally fast falling, but if you could time it with revenge, that's a perfect opportunity. Get up attacks, burst options. Oh man, well, lull and whip at its finest. The secret to Terry is understanding how to do normals into specials. Most of the time, when I'm throwing out a normal, I'm already buffering my special. I like to, the hands off is usually my favorite way of going about it. You could do hands off, you could do hands on, you could press it, you double tap it, but it's all preference. Your B&B, jab 1, jab 2, into power dunk. Oh yeah, so in the air, your power wave becomes a little projectile. If you tap it, you do the soft input for it, it's actually active for 1 more frame, which does help a lot. Standard B&B with Terry. Generally, it's down throw into up air into rising attack. Remember, normal into special. Grab is just an extra part that gives you the advantage. And you have a classic. When you get super, 100%, it's go time. How the damage really starts racking up. The momentum of the game starts shifting when Terry has 100%. Oh. So remember I was telling you about the light armor? That's exactly what I was talking about. The light armor deals with weak moves like that weak knee, the jab, and it really just it's a great check for anybody who just kind of wants to throw out a weak move against you. And using it using these moves defensively, controlling the pace of the match, they're all very, very beneficial to Terry. Having go is just a fear factor. And the thing that Fighters Pass 1 has is a lot of comeback mechanics. Generally speaking, if there's a character where certain conditions are met, chances are it's going to be really hard for us or just a general player to make a comeback on him. Parry's at go, and Falcon's at death percent. But now that that's gone, you would have to generally start back at 0, but now he's 94% off of just that. 2 up tilt power geysers into a jab buster wall. That wraps up the brawler segment for Super Smash Secrets. Next time, I'll be showing off another couple of brawler characters that aren't really quite seen in much competitive play. All right, let's see you guys around.